Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, 23 Flavors of Stitching. My name is Kirsten and today is Flosstube number 23. Today is Tuesday, August 14th, but you will not see this until tomorrow, Wednesday, August 15th. And I don't have a lot to show you today, so unless I blabber on and on.
Someone's at the front door.
I ordered lunch for my husband, and that is here now. I'm sorry. Okay, so maybe if there's more interruptions like that, this video will last longer, but this is try number 2, and during my first try, I was already on to my second work in progress at 10 minutes, so I don't think it'll take too long today. Anyway, I have one new start. I have 2 works in progress. I have some plans that I'm just going to mention a little bit because my plans have not been happening really. And then I only have some Expo patterns that were delivered this week from TopKnot, and I have some fabric, and that's all I have to show you. Before we get into it though, I want to say hi and welcome to all of my new subscribers that came over from Melanie, MelyEllyStitches, who mentioned me in her last video and gave me a shout out, and hi. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for subscribing and sticking around. And I want to say thank you to Melanie for shouting me out. And if you don't watch Melanie, you should, because she's awesome. And I've been able to talk to her just here and there in the comment section of my videos and her videos. And I think she's great. So you should go watch her if you don't. Alright, so let's just get into it. On September 3rd, it was my first Flossiversary, and I started Flosstube Friends from October House Fiber Arts. And I'm stitching this on 18 count coffee tea dyed Aida. This is really light. It was one of the last pieces of fabric that I did in the one, what would you call it? In the batch that I did. And so it soaked just as long as the other ones, but it didn't take. But I'm okay with it because the browns that are in this pattern will show up a little bit better since it's not as dark. So here is my measly little start. Oh, sorry, I felt like I was gonna sneeze. So let's get you a little closer there. I just started on the border, and this needle minder, I forget who it's from, but it says, be the person that your dog thinks you are. So, oh yeah, this also has not been ironed. This has just been chilling since it dried. Okay. And I'm stitching that with the DMC conversion, and I'm going to do it all in DMC. Just because that's what I have, and I would love to spend my money and get all of the fancy floss for it, but I've been spending money on other things. So, alright, now on to my works in progress. or my whips. The first one, and I was kind of monogamous on this, is My Sunshine by Stitchrovia. This has been the piece that I take with me places just because I don't have to pull out a ton of floss. I only have to worry about like one color at a time. So here is my progress. I finished the bottom of the project, or of the piece, and then I finished the S last night, a couple nights ago, and then I started filling in the H, the top part of the H. I'll get you a little closer. And I'm stitching this on 16 count Moonglow from Picture This Plus. And I am loving it. It is looking so good. Oh, let's see. I need a, what's it called? Thumbnail. Okay. Hopefully that got it. Alright. Last night I was watching Elizabeth Frizzy Lizzy Stitches, and she did the same thing with her Cozy Cafe, which I'm also stitching but I haven't touched in months. And she was like, I never know what to do with the arm that's like chilling. So, okay. And then my last work in progress that I just pulled out last night, so I didn't get a ton of work on it, is somewhere in here. Okay. It is When Life Is Done from Silver Creek Samplers. I first saw this pattern when Mary Ashcraft started it, and I've decided to do it for my aunt. If you've been around since June, then you know that I had an uncle pass away. And he was married to the aunt that's like my second mom. And so I want to stitch this for her. She already knows it's coming. She actually picked the fabric, so here's what I have. I finished Beyond yesterday. I started on the Tombstone, and then I started filling in this darker green yesterday, and I'm stitching this on 16 count natural. And I'm really liking it. I've decided that like I don't want to do all of the color and then just save all of the words. So I've decided that every color or every little bit I will do a word or two. Because after I finished the sunset and the light green, then I did Beyond the Sun. So I might do a word or two after each color. But yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. And I am doing this in all of the DMC. I mentioned in my last video, I think, that for some reason I misread the key to the pattern, and I was like, oh, I need all of this DMC, and then I also need this overdyed. And I don't know why I thought that, because the overdyed floss didn't have any symbols next to it. Anyway, so I ended up getting all of the called for, or maybe not all of the called for, but I ended up getting quite a bit of the called for over-dyed floss and all of the DMC for it. And I was like, what are you doing? So that, we're doing it all in DMC. And that is all for the stitching. Oh, I do have one thing to show you. Okay, so if you see back there, right there, that is a 500 gram cone of 310. And I'm so happy that I got it. Okay. It shouldn't. Okay. I'm gonna go get it real quick. Oh. Okay. Oops. Okay. Here it is in all its glory. I posted this on Instagram. Yeah. I love it. I'm so excited about it. I'm not gonna have to buy 310 for a very long time, hopefully. I got it because I saw someone in the pandemic Long Dog Samplers group. They did theirs on a darker fabric and did most of their stitching in white, but then like some of the animals that were in the pattern, like some of the birds or like motifs that were in the middle or seemed like they were in the middle, they did in one other color. And so I was thinking that I could do that on a white, or I think mine is antique white, the piece of fabric that I got for it. But since that, I've decided to do sorry, I'm trying to get comfy again. I've decided that wow, this was not even in the plans that I was going to discuss next. I've decided that 2020 was the first like full year that I was back at school. My first semester back to finish my bachelor's degree was fall of 2019, and then spring of 2019 was only my second semester, or spring of 2020 was only my second semester back. And so I feel like doing it in greens, because that is the main color of my school, would be appropriate. And so I'm trying to find out, or I'm trying to like get the perfect color palette of greens set up. I don't think I have it yet, but I have purchased every single green DMC so that I can try and get that figured out. And then I'm still going to put 2020 as the year. Or I'll put, because there's one section that has the year and it says 2020. But I'm thinking I could do 2021 and then it could just be like the last digits of the year, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what I do. Anyway, some other plans that I am thinking of. It is going to officially be fall next week. Officially going to be autumn. So I would like to work more on Quaker pumpkins, which I am doing as part of the hashtag Hello Quaker Sal, which was started by Evelyn from Evelyn Across the Pond and Morgan Honeybee Stitcher. And then I also have a pattern that I worked on for March Madness, if you were following me back then. And it is called Pumpkins, and it's a wagon with pumpkins in it, like someone was pumpkin picking. And I've been working on that for a while now. Let's see. I started it in September 2020, and it should not have taken me a year or over a year to finish this pattern. So I would like to work on that as well. And I've been wanting to work on summery feeling patterns because it's been so hot. But next week, I looked at the forecast today. Next Monday, I believe, the high is only supposed to be like 63. And I'm excited, but also sad because I like to dress for fall. I like sweaters. I like comfy socks. I like blankets. But I hate being cold. And so I have a love-hate relationship when summer leaves. So I have a love-hate relationship with spring and autumn. Winter, I'm on speaking terms with because that means that I can snowboard. But that's about it. So those are my two plans, is to work on pumpkins and Quaker pumpkins, and possibly start something Halloweenish. I'm not sure. I have some purchases to show you. We are only at 17 minutes. So the purchases I have to show you, these are the patterns that I got for Expo, and then Abby threw in some extras, so thank you, Abby. So Abby threw in a couple stickers and a pattern that I'm not going to show you, but it's called the Meow the Merrier from the Blue Flower. And then she also threw in this pattern that is the Sunflower Cat. Okay, so all three patterns that I got are by Hello from Liz Mathews, and this might end up being the Halloweenish start that I do. It's Two Pumpkins Bright, which I think is so cute. And then I also got After the Rain. And then the last one that I got is Token of Fall. I just love the bird. I think the bird is absolutely beautiful. So that's all that I got from Expo. Had to rein in the purchases. So you may not see some for a while after this. Okay. Then I got two packages from 123 Stitch. One is some floss because, like I mentioned, I thought I was going to do the pandemic sampler in black and then one other color, and then I opted not to do that, but the floss was already on the way from Texas. So I decided to make the plunge into smaller count even weaves, or higher count even weaves. And I'm sorry I've been touching my hair a lot in this video. It's been bugging me. I should have just pulled it up, but it's fine. So I got 28 count Sage Summer Khaki Jobelin, just a nice brown. I also got 28 count Lambswool Jobelin, and that one is just I got 2 lamb's wool. One is a smaller cut and one is a bigger cut. Okay. But maybe one day. Maybe I'll do a hello from those Mathews on them. That would be so cute. Okay. And then the color that I was going to do for Pandemic was Cornflower from the Gentle Arts. Cornflower reminds me of my mom. I think I've said that once on here. But I just love it. So I didn't know how many skeins I was going to need by just doing a few sections in this color. So I ended up getting 6. So here's Cornflower. Wow, okay. Here's Cornflower from Gentle Arts, and I think it's so beautiful. I'll find another use for the Cornflower. Anyway, that is it. We're at 21 minutes. That's a solid time for a video. If you stuck around towards the end of this video, thank you so much. I hope that you all have a great couple of weeks before I see you again. And I do have a couple things that I would like to do for this channel. Mary Ashcraft just brought this up in her last video too, I think. Where I've thought about doing Stitch With Me's. I don't know how I would do them, but I don't have anyone that I stitch with, and so I thought about doing Stitch With Me's for other people who don't have anyone to stitch with. I kind of like how Liz and Deb from excuse me. I like how Liz and Deb do it from Country Stitchers. How they sit and talk with you, and you're not like looking at what they're stitching, but they show you what they're stitching, and then it's just like you're stitching with a friend because they're talking about what has happened lately, just while they're stitching. So I like how they do it. If you watch Stitch With Me's and you watched this far into my video, do you like seeing what people are working on while they do Stitch With Me's? So like some people who do this would be Rachel Ray and Michelle Bendy, how they have a camera over their stitching, but then they also have a camera looking at them. And I know they do that live, but you could also do that recorded and then post it later. So if you would be interested in that, I would be happy to do that. I'm already thinking about doing it. But let me know kind of what setup you like more. I know Danielle Stitcherista, she has just gotten into cross-stitching again more recently. And her Stitch With Me's, she does a true crime story with. And you don't see her, you only see what she's stitching. So we could do something like that too. But just let me know if you'd be interested in that. That way there could be more than one video every 2 weeks. But yeah. Anyway, I will see you all next time.